Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to Solid State series. This is Solid State part 16, and in this structure, I am going to discuss ZNS, the structure of ZNS, the various forms of ZNS, and everything related to ZNS. So I'm going to discuss in this video. So here, let me share a screen here where we can study the structure of ZNS very easily. So here, ZNS structure, if you see, it has two types of structures. One is a zinc blend type. It is also known as a sphalerite. One is a zinc blend type, and another one is a woodsite type. One is a zinc blend type, and another one is woodsite type. The another name of zinc blend, it is also known as a sphalerite. Even in the previous video, I told you a very simple point, that is, if you can remember the location of cation and anion, remaining parameters can be developed very easily and spontaneously instead of by hearting the so many things. If you are going conceptually, only the first point you need to remember. The remaining things should be developed spontaneously, right? So first, let us take zinc blend structure. Another name of zinc blend is sphalerite. The only information you should remember, that is, in this sulfide ions are forming FCC lattice, face-centered cubic lattice, and Zn plus 2 ions will occupy 50% of a tetrahedral voids. 50% of tetrahedral voids are occupied by Zn plus 2 ions. With this information, whatever the knowledge you gained with the previous videos, we can develop each and every parameter spontaneously without remembering, right? So here, first, before going to the various parameters, if you compare this zinc blend structure with rock salt, in case of rock salt, NaCl structure, there also chloride ion, that is anion, forms FCC lattice. Here also anion is forming FCC, but there cation occupied all octahedral voids, but here cations are occupying 50% of tetrahedral voids. That is the difference, and that difference is going to make so many differences. Let us develop all the parameters. So here, first let us try to find the total number of ions in one unit cell, one zinc blend unit cell. See, sulfide ions are present at face centers. Face centers are 6, corners are 8. So that is 6 plus 8, there will be 14 sulfide ions totally, right? But not effectively, totally. And Zn plus 2 ions occupy 50% of tetrahedral voids. If you can recollect the location of voids in HCP and CCP, clearly we discussed in video number 12. If you have forgotten, you just go and watch video number 12. The location of voids we discussed. In case of CCP or FCC, tetrahedral voids are present on body diagonal. Each body diagonal has two tetrahedral void, and that void is located on body diagonal at a distance 1/4 from the corner, right? But here the information is saying that it is occupying 50% of tetrahedral voids. Actually, there are 8 tetrahedral voids in CCP unit cell, and 50% of tetrahedral voids means obviously 50% of this 8. So there will be 4 Zn plus 2 ions. So totally there are 14 S minus 2 ions and 4 Zn plus 2 ions, altogether 18 what do we call ions in one unit cell. But we need a effective number of ions. Effective number of ions, how many effective number of ions are present? So here the all Zn plus 2 ions are lying inside the unit cell. They are not shared by other unit cells. But if you take a sulfide ions, some sulfide ions are present at a face center, and 6 into contribution of phase center is 1/2. So 6 into 1/2, that is equal to 3. And they're also present at corners. 8 corners, 8 into 1/8, that is 1. So 3 plus 1, that is 4. We can say there are 4 Zn plus 2 ions and 4 sulfide ions. Effectively, there are 8 ions. Effectively, there are 8 ions. 8 ions means 4 ionic pairs. Because ionic pair, ZNS is one ionic pair. So 4 Zn plus 2 ions and 4 sulfide ions, obviously that is 4 ionic pairs. And if you want to find the mass of one unit cell of ZNS, one unit cell mass if you want to find. So zinc mass is 65.4 and sulfur mass is 32. It may be zinc or Zn+2, the mass is same because electron mass is negligible, you know all those things. And it may be sulfur or sulfide, the mass is same, that is 32. So 65.4 is the mass of zinc and 32 is the mass of what we call sulfur. And how many such ionic pairs are present means 4 such ionic pairs. Hence, the mass of one unit cell of ZnS is 389.6 AMU. But strictly speaking, this is mass of one unit cell. If you have one unit cell of ZnS, what will be its weight? That is 389.6. No, if you are interested in finding the mass of 1 mole of unit cells, 1 mole of unit cells means this is the mass of one unit cell, and it should be multiplied by Avogadro number. It should be multiplied by Avogadro number because you are talking about 1 mole. And you have to convert this AMU into grams because I just wanted to report my answer in grams. And one AMU is equal to 1 by Na grams. 1 by Na grams. So this is multiplied by Avogadro number because one unit cell mass is being converted to 1 mole of unit cell's mass, and it is divided with Na because AMU mass is converted to grams. 1 AMU is equal to 1 by Avogadro number grams. So Na gets cancelled. Already it is converted into grams, so it will be 389.6 grams. But if you can recollect rock salt, 1 mole of unit cells of rock salt, if you take, that is 234 grams, and it is 389.6 grams. And the number of unit cells in 1 mole of ZnS. 1 mole of ZnS means this is the mass. 1 mole of ZnS means this is the mass. So here, definitely that is 1/4. So that is Na by 4, Na by 4. And edge length, if you want to calculate, edge length of ZnS unit cell, if you want to calculate, always students get confused here. So here, if cation and anion radii are available, easily you can calculate what we call edge length. What is the correct expression? If you can recollect, so here, this is a body diagonal I'm taking. This is body diagonal, and this total distance is root 3a. This total distance is root 3a, right? And here, what is the location of tetrahedral void? It is located on body diagonal at a distance 1/4 from the corner. And already I told you, in case of ionic solids, anion is in contact with the cation. So here this cation is going to fit what do we call, which void? Tetrahedral void. And there is a contact. And this is what do we call a nucleus of sulfide ion. This is the nucleus of Zn+2. And this internuclear distance is 1/4 of body diagonal. So 1/4 of body diagonal, root 3a by 4 is equal to radius of cation plus radius of anion. And from this edge length is equal to, send this root 3 by 4 opposite side, you'll be getting edge length in terms of cation and anion. But this is not to by heart. You have to develop all these things spontaneously. And coordination number of Zn+2 is 4. Coordination number of sulfide ion is 4. And this is 1:1 type of packing. But I'll talk about this coordination number with the help of the diagram. And this is what do we call edge length. But first, let us take a packing efficiency, packing fraction. Otherwise packing fraction I'm going to find. And the definition of packing fraction is very clear. The total volume occupied by the ions by total volume of unit cell. So here there are 4 cations and 4 anions. 4 cations means volume of cations is 4 into 4 by 3 pi r c cube, where rc is radius of cation. There are also 4 anions. That is 4 into 4 by 3 pi r a cube. Because here there are 4 anions and volume of each anion is 4 by 3 pi r cube. And since it is anion, I'm writing Ra. And here 4 into 4 by 3 pi is common. And what about this value? If you can recollect, this is FCC unit cell. FCC unit cell with respect to sulfide ion, right? FCC unit cell with respect to sulfide ion. For example, if you take phase diagonal, and in case of FCC unit cell, the particle present at face center is in contact with the particle present at the corner. And already we studied FCC's internal structure of FCC. The particle which is present at the face center will be definitely in contact with what we call a corner particle. So these are all sulfide ions. So here already in the previous video, I clarified the point. In all ideal calculations, in reality, there may be some gap between sulfide ions, but in the calculations, when you are doing paper and pencil work, we are assuming that there is a contact between sulfide ions. So here this total distance is no doubt about that, that is root 2 times of A phase diagonal is equal to 4 times of radius of anion. 4 times of radius of anion, but our requirement is volume of unit cell. Volume of cubic unit cell is equal to A cube, and here I am finding A cube, and this A cube is equal to 4RA by root 2. 4RA by root 2. A cube we are taking, that is edge length value. So here 64 RA cube by 2 root 2. And ultimately, if you further simplify, you're getting the expression something like that. And you can see RC cube by RA cube, RC cube by RA cube, RA cube by RA cube, that is 1. And if you can recollect, this is actually occupying which void? Tetrahedral void. And the tetrahedral void, the range is 0.225, 0.225 to 0.414. That is 0.414 is not included. And here 0.225, always I told you for ideal calculations. So radius of tetrahedral void is always taken as 0.225 times of radius of the particle. So here RC by RA whole cube, that can be replaced with 0.225, and the packing fraction is 0.7496. If you are directly watching this particular video, you may not get the complete clarity, because the introduction to ionic solids was given in the previous video, that is video number 15. And if you are watching this video after video number 15, so you'll be more comfortable. What is this radius ratio, and what is ideal calculation? What is paper and pencil work? I gave more clarity in that video. And here, and finally, the coordination number. If you see the coordination number, what is the exact meaning of 50% of tetrahedral voids? If you see, so here these yellow things are sulfide ions. I told you in reality there may be no contact between sulfide ions, but for all ideal calculations, we are assuming that these are in contact. These are in contact. Everybody, while doing paper and pencil work, that is the procedure we are going to follow. And here, this is a blue color thing, that is Zn plus 2. These are actually tetrahedral voids. But if you carefully observe this tetrahedral void, so this is actually body diagonal. And you can see this one also, no problem. So here, this is occupied and this is vacant, tetrahedral void. This is occupied, and here tetrahedral void is vacant. At the bottom also, you can see this is tetrahedral void filled, and this is a tetrahedral void vacant. And again, this is filled, this is vacant. But once again, if you do not know the location of tetrahedral voids, this video directly it will not help you. In part 12, solid state part 12, location of tetrahedral voids, location of octahedral voids, clearly I discussed in that video. You just go and watch that video, and then you will be more comfortable what is tetrahedral void, where it is located. And in this picture also you can see, so this is a tetrahedral void filled, this is tetrahedral void, what do we call vacant. And here you can see this one, this is filled. Backside to this, there is one more tetrahedral void that is vacant. And here also you can see this is filled and this is vacant. And most importantly, this particular thing, Zn plus 2, since it is occupying tetrahedral void, straight away we can say it is surrounded by 4 sulfide ions. Therefore, the coordination number of anion is 4. Because very clear, tetrahedral void it is occupying. It is occupying tetrahedral void means tetrahedral void is surrounded by 4 spheres, right? So obviously coordination number of, this is the coordination number of cation, and the coordination number of anion, if you take, sulfide ion is surrounded by how many Zn plus 2 ions? Sulfide ion is actually surrounded by 4 Zn plus 2 ions. In fact, it is surrounded by 8 tetrahedral voids. See, for example, this is the particle you are talking about, and this is one tetrahedral void. But this corner is common for how many unit cells? 8 unit cells, right? It is common for 8 unit cells. But actually it should be surrounded by 8 tetrahedral voids. It is also surrounded by 8 tetrahedral voids. But in this structure, during the crystallization of this particular thing, Zn+2 ions are occupying only 50% of tetrahedral voids. Even though it is surrounded by 8 tetrahedral voids, only 4 are filled, remaining 4 are vacant. Hence, the coordination number of sulfide ion is also 4. It is said to be 4:4 type of packing. Stoichiometry is 1:1. Type of packing is 4:4. And this is about a zinc blende structure. And this is the slice view. And here voids you can see clearly in these pictures. And ZNS has one more allotrope, that is Utzeit structure. Utzeit structure. In case of Utzeit structure, what is the difference if you observe? What is the difference between Utzeit and zinc blende? In case of zinc blende, sulfide ion is forming CCP, but here sulfide ions are forming HCP. HCP unit cell, hexagonal primitive unit cell. And Zn+2 ions occupy 50% of tetrahedral voids. Zn+2 ions occupy 50% of tetrahedral voids, and here HCP effectively there are how many particles are present effectively. So here effective number of ions in one unit cell is 12. How it is 12 means 6 sulfide ions, because HCP, once again we have calculated Z effective rank of HCP unit cell, and there are 6 tetrahedral voids are actually 12. 8 are lying inside the body and 4 are lying on edges, right? Part 12 you can watch easily, complete clarity. You will get a location of voids, HCP and CCP, and only 50% of tetrahedral voids are occupied, means obviously 6. There 4 ionic pairs effectively, but here 6 ionic pairs effectively. Accordingly, the mass is different, and here packing efficiency, if you want, you can calculate with the help of the data what I provided. And this is about zinc blende structure, and some other structures will be continuing our discussion in the next video. And this is the end of this video. Thank you very much.